Hi, yeah, you're very welcome along. It's Jackie here in the LGFA. It's a lovely sunny morning. Wherever you are, I hope it's the very, very same. I have Samantha Lambert from Tipperary on my left-hand side, and down the bottom of my screen is Sinead Burke, Galway's two-time TG4 All-Star, who's now living in Armagh, we believe. So we'll find out a little bit more about that in due course. Good morning, ladies. Hope it's sunny where you both are. How are you, Sinead?
Good, good. Not as sunny up here now. The sun hasn't reached up north yet, but I'm hoping maybe now this evening it'll get a little bit brighter.
Good, good, good. How are you, Samantha? You're in Ardfinnan. Is the sun shining there?
Yeah, it's shining outside now, thank God. So, good day ahead.
Excellent, good stuff. Guys, great to have you on. First and foremost, you have a lot in common, so we're going to touch on that. Obviously, you're both school teachers, both are in the middle of revising your wedding plans, but I believe everything is in control. And you've both been drawn together in the group stages of the TG4 All-Ireland Senior Championship. So, Sinead, I'm going to start with you. Galway, Monaghan and Tipperary is the group that was drawn out on Tuesday evening. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I suppose looking at every single group, there's going to be no easy game. Looking at the likes of Tipperary who have come back up senior now, they're going really well, have a lot of young players in as well. So they're a really, really good side. Same with Monaghan, although they were going through a bit of a rough patch last year, you can't write them off. They've got some serious players, great names in Monaghan, and it's always a dogfight against them too. So, looking at each group, I don't think you can say this group is easier than the other group. They're all going to be crackers of games. So, yeah, I'm sure the girls looking at the draw at the weekend there or the other day, they've kind of looked at it and said, it's business as usual now. At least they can make a plan and they can look forward to playing Tipperary and Monaghan.
Samantha, what were Tipperary's reaction to that group?
Yeah, look, we knew that any group that we were going to be put into was going to be a challenging group. It's a huge step up from intermediate to senior, and we learned that the hard way there in 2018. So, look, Galway, they were the last game we played in the league, and it was a very tough match. They're a very physical side with some phenomenal players all over the field, and they really gave us a tough game that day. So we know what we're up against. And Monaghan, again, are an unbelievable side, have held their senior status last year. So it'll be tough. But look, any group that we're going to put into, we're going to be a hard group to get anyway. So there's a few interesting battles outside of our group as well. So it'll be an exciting championship.
What catches your eye outside of the group, Samantha? There's a group with Cork and Kerry and Cavan in it, so two Munster teams in there.
Yeah, I suppose that group in particular, when you know the two teams very well, Cork and Kerry, and it's always an exciting game. They're huge rivals, so that should be exciting with both teams going well. Kerry we're going very, very well in the Division 2 of the league, and we're hoping to be promoted into Division 1. And same with Cork, they were after winning, I think, majority of their games, if not all their games, and we're looking to get into a Division 1 final. So both teams are going well, and they should be interesting. And again, Cavan, an excellent side with some very, very good players. So it'll be an interesting championship, as I said.
Sinead, do you like the look of the group with your Connacht rivals Mayo in it? Tyrone and Armagh are there as well.
Yeah, that looks to be an interesting group. Mayo have been going really well. From last year, they'll hope to continue the success of last year, getting to a semi-final and pushing on maybe that one step further. I think Mayo have developed really well. The younger girls have come through and are securing their place on the Mayo team. So it's exciting. And equally, Armagh and Tyrone going really, really well. The two Ulster teams will be hoping that they can get one over on Mayo, but it will make for really a few interesting games.
Yeah, it's well set up. Sinead, you're in Armagh now, so you're going to play a little bit of club football with Armagh Harps. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I unfortunately before lockdown started, I'd only, I think, made it to one or two training sessions. So it was just getting into the swing of it and meeting new girls and things like that before this all happened. So but thankfully we're back at it, and was out there on Tuesday night kicking a football on a football pitch. So it feels good. All them running days and your own 5Ks here, there, and everywhere is paying off. So yeah, no, it's good.
And those 5Ks and keeping in shape during lockdown, Samantha, they don't really prepare you though for that match fitness and that return to competitive training.
No, not at all. Like you could be running for days and it'll say it won't get up to the intensity that you need for match fitness. It's total different kind of fitness and total different kind of circumstance that you're in when you're out in the field. And the one thing that'll get you ready for that is high intensity training and challenge games to prepare us for these championship games. And I suppose, look, we're lucky to be back with club now. That'll get us back into the swing of things, and it's great to be kicking football once again with everyone from the club, and we'll eventually get back to the county scene as well come September. So we're looking forward to it. Look, we didn't think it started this whole pandemic that we'd be back playing football at all in 2020. So we'll take it as it comes, and we'll enjoy it as much as possible.
Sinead, I suppose that I'm going to throw the $1 million question at you. Will we see you back in the Galway colours later on in the year?
How did I know this one was coming, Jackie? Look, as I said, I'm totally committed now with club at the minute, and seeing how the body reacts to being back on a football pitch. I suppose I've taken an extended break from last year after the All-Ireland final, so being back on the football pitch with a group of girls and having the crack, and it's a great feeling, and it kind of did hit home how much I missed it. I guess during lockdown I knew kind of everyone was in the same boat and everyone was doing their own thing anyway, so it didn't really make a difference to me. But now, with the layout of club and the layout of county, it is definitely enticing, and you look at it as a small window, and if you're able to give a little bit more, I'll have to consider it. But my first priority now is to see how club goes, see how I'm feeling with that, and if I can commit or if I can do anything for Galway, I'll hopefully do anything that I can if I can come September. But at the minute, I'm still completely undecided. I'm going to give everything that I can to club, and as I said, if the body is willing me to go a little bit extra this year, I'll see.
Well, we certainly hope to see you back, Sinead. You'll come to your own decision in due course, but from our own point of view, phenomenal footballer. We've watched you for many, many years, so we do hope to see you back in those county colours very, very soon, hopefully. Samantha, just moving on to the fact that you're both school teachers, obviously. So how has lockdown impacted on your way of work, and what does the new normal, and what did it look like throughout those few weeks?
Yeah, I suppose, look, it was a challenging few weeks for both the students and the teachers and it was a huge learning curve, getting back onto the technology situation, especially when a lot of us wouldn't be mad into the computer scene. And a lot of the students, they didn't have laptops, and then you're living out in the countryside and you barely have internet as well. So it was tough on parents, it was tough on the students, and as well as the teachers too, to find a new norm and try get them engaged as much as possible, so they're not learning out in learning time either. But after a while we got used to it, and it was just a matter of everyone kind of working together and doing the best for each other. And most students were facilitated with laptops where possible, and we got on as best we could. And look, we'll see what August and September brings. We'll follow the guidelines, follow the Department of Education guidelines, and see where that brings us. But look, everyone is trying to do the best for each other, and I'm sure the students and parents, teachers will all work together and try to come to some kind of situation that we can all do our best in. So it's a learning curve. There's positives and negatives to take from it as well, but we just have to keep the positives going as much as possible.
Okay, let me tell you, even if you have a laptop and you think you know your way around it, sometimes it can surprise you at times, and it doesn't work, let me tell you. So anyway, Sinead, how have you found the whole experience, the life experience that we've gone through over the last few weeks and months? It's been something quite strange.
Yeah, it's completely different, but I guess it's nice to have the opportunity to slow down, surround yourself with your family if you can, and the most important people around, and spend time doing that. I think especially when you are involved in the sport and you're racing here, there and everywhere, you realise how much you're on the road and how much you're training. And especially for girls involved in sport, it's nice just to stop and look at it and assess the situation and see, you know, you can work on, we had time here to work on things that we may never have got an opportunity to do, you know, albeit yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, you know, extra mobility, work on skills that you may not have an opportunity to do as well. So it's been a nice time. I have quite enjoyed the downtime. So it has been good. Yeah, definitely a best premarital course you can get being in lockdown with your other half. But no, it's been good. Lots to do as well. So got lots done. So, but it's been good.
Excellent, and you've kind of a nice segue into our next topic of conversation. So, Sinead, I think it was only a couple of days ago you would have been coming back from your honeymoon if all things were normal.
Yeah, missed out on the chance to go halfway around the world, but no, look, we've rescheduled that and hopefully we'll get going in 2021. But yeah, hopefully if the sun shines in Ireland, we may get a trip around Ireland somewhere. So holding out for a bit of sunshine.
Samantha, you're in a similar boat in that you had to cancel plans that were in place for May for your wedding. How much of a worry and stress was involved in all of that when obviously so much planning goes into the big day?
Yeah, look, sure, we were supposed to get married there in the end of May, and I suppose we called a halt to it there in about, I'd say, March. But yeah, it was stressful. I suppose, look, everyone was going through a time of the unknown during that period, and but once we called it and we said we postponed it and pushed it on further, it was a huge relief to the whole lot of us, and it was just a matter of rejigging the whole thing. Like the hotel down in Clarny were so helpful, and we just had to rejig the whole lot of the suppliers, but they couldn't be more helpful to us, and they were like, you know, you'd have to appreciate everything they do. Like they were very good to us. So no, sure, another day to look forward to. As I said, something to look forward to after Christmas, hopefully. We don't have to push it on another bit, but sure, we'll cross that bridge when it comes and keep the good side out.
So that's next February for you, Samantha?
Next February, yeah. All going well without
fingers crossed. And Sinead, you're next April, is it?
Yeah, next April. So all systems go and countdown starts again. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Where are you getting married, Sinead?
I'm getting married down in Clare. So
lovely.
All the Armagh ones down to County Clare, and hopefully get a bit of Galway in there, packed in there too. So yeah, looking forward to it. Excellent.
There'll be 2 great days out. I wish you both went very, very well, and many years of happiness with your partners. Guys, you've both enjoyed some incredible individual days and some team successes as well, particularly with Connacht Championships for your good self, Sinead, and finally getting to play in Croke Park last year as well in an All-Ireland final, which I know was a big, big goal of yours. Samantha, you've been lucky enough to win 3 All-Ireland titles, intermediate with Tipperary, and lift the Mary Quinn Memorial Cup twice as captain. What is that experience like, Samantha? Because I've seen some great shots on Sportsfile of you just about to lift the cup and lifting it and post-lifting it, and you look like somebody who is very, very happy.
Yeah, I suppose, look, it's such an emotional experience. It's something that you dream of since you start playing football, really, since you're a young child, and walking up the steps of the Hogan stand is a dream come true for me anyway. And I know that's kind of the goal for a lot of young GA players out there, that they all want to be someone who's lifting a cup at the top of the Hogan stand. So it was a dream come true, like, and I suppose it just, for everything that you give, the commitment and the dedication that you give all year through, it's just a huge relief to celebrate like that, and celebrate with family and friends around you who support you day in, day out in what you do. And like for the girls as well, like, it's just, being captain is just a huge honour for me, and a privilege to captain a Tipperary side like I have in 2017, 2019, and being one to be chosen to lift the cup on behalf of them is just something special, and like, it is a huge privilege, and like, anyone on the team could have been picked for it. So I suppose I don't see myself as anything special out there than any of the rest of them, because they can all be leaders as well and captains too. So I suppose I've been just blessed to be the one that was chosen to go up there and represent them. But they deserve what they get. And we're delighted to be back up senior now for this year's championship, and we look forward to the challenges that lay ahead and playing the best teams in the country, and hopefully get the best out of ourselves while playing them and learn from our mistakes of 2018. So here's hoping that we're looking forward to a good few winter matches there in the lovely rain and whatnot. But look, get out there, fear of us.
Sinead, unfortunately, you experienced probably one of the worst days weather-wise of the year. It was actually quite nice for your game, Samantha. The weather held up, but when it came to the senior game, the heavens opened last September, Sinead. It was still a cracking day. There was 56,000 plus at it. Unfortunately, from your point of view, things didn't go your way, but you did finish the year with a second consecutive All-Star award, which I'm sure was really, really nice and really, really satisfying. But I'm sure, and I think you've said it before, if you had the chance to trade, you'd want that All-Ireland medal. So how did the two individual accolades and striving with your team, what is the comparison there, Sinead? How would you describe it?
Yeah, well, it's hard because I first thing that comes to mind is, you know, you would give your right arm for an All-Ireland medal, and if it was to trade with an All-Star, you would do it almost immediately, you know, and that's not dissing or, you know, taken away from having get an All-Star at the end of the year. You know, it's a great achievement, and it's a really brilliant night that, you know, your family and your friends, the people that have supported you all throughout the year, to celebrate with them and, you know, to see how much it means to them as well. So it's nice. It's a nice night, but of course you would love, like Samantha said, that's your dream from day dot, is to walk up the Hogan steps and lift a cup over your head is the main goal. But yeah, you know, you look back at last year and you can say the weather played a part, and it kind of put a dampener on the game, and all these different things you could say, but it was the same for both teams. You can't say that we lost the game because of all the heavy rain. But yeah, it's just disappointing, you know, with the massive crowd that were there. You'd hope that this All-Ireland final would be a good spectacle, and I think the weather did, you know, hinder that, the execution of skills. And as a player, you want it to be your best performance, and you want, as a team, you know, to display the best performance that they can, or what we've been training for all year. But yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen last year, and, you know, you learn from it, and you go on and see where you can work on. And I think you know, Tim being back again, you know, the girls have worked on what we've you know, done from last year, and they've brought it into this season as well, and going on how the league was going for the girls. And, you know, they put in a serious effort towards the latter end of the league. I know Waterford at the start of the year was a bit of a hiccup, but I think it's hard getting back into things at the start of the year, but they've come really well throughout the league, and I know girls were looking forward to the last few games of the league. But look, it's just one of those things, you know. I'm going back to, you know, the All-Star and the All-Ireland. I think the talent is there for Galway. It's coming through all the way up. So with hopefully that will all come into fruition over the next few years, and Galway will experience success at senior level.
Because there seems to be a rich conveyor belt of talent coming through there as well, Sinead. I've seen many Galway underage teams in recent times picking up All-Ireland medals, and some phenomenal players coming through there.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant to see girls are coming into a senior panel with 2 or 3 All-Ireland medals, and you're envious that they've had the opportunity to like feel success at such a young age. But it's great. They're coming in with no fear. They're coming in ready for senior football, and it's a credit to the managers and the setups in underage level. You know, the girls are coming in with strength and conditioning. They're coming in strong. They're coming in with you know, tactics, and they have such a good idea now coming into the senior panel, and it's nearly like a seamless kind of entry into senior level. Of course, you'll have maybe girls that will fall off and may not be ready to go into senior level, but from what I've experienced, the girls coming in from senior are from underage are ready for it, and they're chomping at the bit to get a position on a senior team, which is great to see.
Yeah, good times ahead for Galway. And Samantha, I suppose Sinead talks about learning from disappointments and going again. You won the intermediate in 2017, came up senior, got relegated, came back up again. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster. What lessons do you think you would have learned from 2018? Now, the threat of relegation is removed this year, which is obviously a bonus for any team competing in the championship. But I'm sure you would have fancied your chances of holding your own anyway, and avoiding that, getting sucked into that relegation situation.
Yeah, without doubt. I suppose we have been on a roller coaster with the different match that we've experienced over the last couple of years. As you said, we came up from Division 3 in the league up to Division 2, Division 2, and then up to Division 1, and we've sustained ourselves in Division 1 there in the last 2 years. So, as you said, we won the Intermediate Championship 2017 and came up to senior in 2018. Was put into the group with Data, as they were calling it that year, against Kerry and Donegal, and we only lost those games by a very small margin, 2 or 3 points. So we competed very, very well, considering they were the kind of top dogs that year, and we really did compete, and we did a very young panel. I suppose we got to the relegation stages then, and we lost momentum a small bit and lost a little bit of heart, so it didn't really go our way. But as you said, look, we have to learn from our mistakes, and we didn't want to let those defeats define us either. And we knew that we believed that we were want to be up amongst the senior teams. So that was our goal for last year, and we achieved our goal. So for this year, it was to maintain our senior status without being relegated. And I suppose, look, yeah, we found out that like relegation has been taken away for this year, which is probably the most fair way to go about it, considering we're probably not being able to prepare as well as we would be in other years. And I suppose it would have been important for us this year to be able to collectively train together before championship, to get those train sessions in, the intensity in, and the physicality, building our physicality. As you know, it's a huge step up from intermediate to senior, and it's all about like the physicality, but also about like up in your head as well, like being clever and being able to read the game a lot more, and just small things, small margins make the difference in senior championship. And I think the margin between each of the teams is closing year on year. Like there's not much between the teams anymore, and it's all come down to like your strength and conditioning and fitness, and as I said, physicality, but also having a good football head as well, and being able to read the game properly. And look, we have a young panel there. We have an extremely young team. I think majority of our team are 23 and younger, so there's huge potential there over the next couple of years for the Tipperary ladies, and it'll be exciting. The girls they're very fearless, like, and they just want to go out and play football, and that's it. Should be like they shouldn't be playing with any bit of fear. And I think as you get older, you're more aware, because you want to win as much as you can for while you're still kicking the ball. So but it's great to see the girls going out and just expressing themselves each time they put on their tip. So it'll be an exciting few years for tip, and yeah, hopefully we can compete just as well as we did in 2018 this year against Galway and Monaghan.
And we wish you well. Sinead, Samantha hits on some great points there, particularly the head and the mindset required to play at that level. When did you think you got to the stage where you felt comfortable that, yeah, I'm an inter-county player, this is where I belong, and this is what I've always strived for, so let's just enjoy it?
I guess as you get older, you know, when you're younger, you just go out to play football and that's it. But as you get older, you realise that suddenly, you know, I think there was a couple of years there playing for Galway, and, you know, it was quarter-final stage and we were bowing out at quarter-final stage, and you were thinking, well, will I ever get to a semi-final again, or will we ever see a final again? And, you know, it's that hunger inside you, and it's that keeps you going back again for more. And, you know, looking at the girls' success from 2004, I know it's nearly a distant memory. Absolutely. At this stage. You look up to them girls and who have been training with you, and you're saying, oh, will I ever get that, you know, to the where them girls have got to? So, you know, that's what keeps driving you on, and it's not easy by any means. You know, things happen each year that you out of your control, and you may not get the best out of yourself, or, you know, different things. But I think it's important that you stick at it, and like we said earlier, you self-evaluate, you look on your game, you look on your performance, and as a team especially as well, and see where you can go and what you can do to better last year's. You know, but a lot I find for Galway has been the consistency. You know, we've had the we've been so fortunate to have a solid backroom team in place for the last probably 4 years now, or you know, so that has been that has been brilliant to see every year. You're kind of going into the next year knowing what's expected of you and knowing game plan, tactics, your conditioning, everything has worked. So I think that's hopefully going to continue, and if there's some sort of similarity, it definitely does help a setup. You know, you're not starting from afresh each year, and I understand sometimes you do need a fresh start, but I think that has definitely contributed to us getting to semi-final stages and us getting to final stages as well.
Yeah, so there's some interesting times ahead, and we will have more reaction to the draw next week. Hoping to have Emer Meany on from Cork, Joanne Doonan as well from Fermanagh, and Mauro Shaughnessy from Meath to look back on the draws and preview what's lying in store. For now, ladies, I want to thank you very, very much for coming on this morning. I know you're both very, very busy, and you've probably better things to be doing with your time, but I really, really appreciate it. So Samantha Lambert from Tipperary and Sinead Burke, we look forward to hopefully seeing you back later on this year. But whatever decision you come to, please let us know. But great to see you this morning, guys. Stay safe and stay well. Samantha Lambert, Tipperary, and Sinead Burke from Galway. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie.